All right, so where am I even supposed to begin with all this? Like,
I'm a real bitch, these hoes knock offs. You want my dick, so bitch hop off. Cause they gon' call me by your
all right, just some quick announcements. First of all, that song that you just heard is my new song called Real Bitch. It's out on all streaming platforms. I just put it out for the hell of it, you know what I mean? Links to that, of course, is in the description box, or you just search Adrian Expression on literally whatever you listen to, and it'll pop right up. Tell me what you think about it, tell me your favorite lines, all that. Also, don't forget to check out patreon.com/Adrian Expression, and also Relatable Content, the podcast that I am on with Ocean Kelly. We will have another episode coming out. If you haven't seen it come out today yet, it should be up by the time y'all watch this video, but if not, it will be up a little bit later. This week's episode over there, we had a wonderful conversation with Tony Talk. So glad that he stopped by. So yeah, all that stuff is going on. Get into it. Now, I know that everything happening is a lot, but I will say that this is the kind of drama that award shows need. If you like, we've been on this channel, we've been talking about how boring and tired and just overall just lackluster, no seasoning, how boring these award shows have been. But yeah, if you're gonna try to get me to watch something, I don't know what the producers have to do. I don't know. But this kind of drama, this type of carrying on is exactly the type of shit that we missed at award shows, okay? I'm sorry. At the same time though, I'm not gonna sit here and look in y'all faces and pretend like I watched the entirety of the Oscars. Like, let's be fucking real, I caught the highlights. Like let's be real, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. Let me tell you something though. So I literally take a break because of course I have to watch Beyonce perform. I'm gonna do another video about that shit because this shit will be entirely too long. So of course I have to watch Beyonce perform, but then I turned that shit off, bitch. Amy Schumer started joking about fucking calling the cops on niggas, and I was just like, okay, yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna watch it anyway, but when she started doing that shit, I was like, yeah, girl, I'm done. Y'all just let me know what happened. So I take a break, I do what I need to do, I'm chilling, whatever. Then I log back in, right? I log back in on social media. Well, actually, my friend texted me something. Yeah, my bestie, Gio texted me something. He was like, are you seeing what's going on? I'm like, girl, I'm not watching the fuck out. You serious? No, girl, bitch, I look and it's Will Smith smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. And then I see another clip of him saying, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. And I was like, what? At that point, I hadn't seen the full interaction. I hadn't seen what Chris Rock said. And then when I sat down and watched the entire thing, there were so, like, there's so much shit we have to talk about. There's so much shit. Okay, so first of all, Chris Rock kind of made like this G.I. Jane joke in reference to Jada and her appearance. You know, she got a nice little cute low fade, or it's just completely bald, whichever one she be feeling, you know. And at first when I was watching the clip, I thought that the only person I saw have a visible like negative reaction to it in the shot that I saw. Because I mean, there was Jada in the shot, there was Will, and there was Lupita. So Jada, she did not like that shit at all. She did not like the joke. She didn't like the shit at all. You know, and it's completely understandable when you think about the fact that for years, Jada has been talking about her journey with alopecia and how she's handling, how she has to deal with it, the changes in her appearance. Like, she's talked about that health issue. She's been vulnerable and open about it. So it makes sense that she would hear that and be like, I'm not really fucking feeling that shit. You know what I mean? It just makes a lot of sense. And at first, Will was smiling and laughing for like a couple seconds, for like half a second, I'll say. But then it just completely switched. And a lot of times, so people were pointing to that and they were like, oh, well, Will liked it, but then he looked over and saw his wife and that's when he got pissed off. For me, I'm just like, there's so many times where I have smiled or nervously laughed at something, even though I'm just like, bitch, I'm about to get in that. And I think that may have happened, or I think that's what happened with Will Smith. I think it was just like, let me just save face. But then he thought about it and it registered and he walked up there and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. Now let me tell you something. This was before and this shit was after. This was before and this shit was after. It happened so quick, it was so surreal. It was almost like, is this really going, like, is this really happening right now? Like, is this really happening? And then Chris just stood there and he was just like, I mean, I guess there's this, what else do you do? Like, Will Smith's walking towards you, he was like, a key, like, nigga, what you about to do? He smacked the shit out of his ass. Okay, so there are so many different ways that I want to talk about this. On one hand, I understand that was a lot. I understand that was a lot, and we can get into it a little bit later. But on the other hand, like, Imagine if you're Will Smith and you see your wife going on this journey, you see your wife speaking about, like, just speaking openly about these things. Of course, I'm sure you're watching her battle insecurities as it relates to like alopecia and her appearance and all of that shit. And then on top of that, apparently people online were saying that in 2016, Chris Rock was talking shit. I don't know, but I mean, this was a case of like, it was a lot, but I get it. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot, but I get it. Like, imagine you watching your wife go through this shit and tackling her insecurities and being open and honest, and it's like changing her life and shit. Like, and then this man comes up there doing that shit in front of millions of people in front of the world. Like, it was a lot, but I understand. Like, I get it. There were other arguments saying that maybe Chris did not even know that she was going through that shit. But at the same time, even if Chris didn't know, just everything on face value, I can understand why Will reacted like that. I get it. But it was a lot. It was like, okay. I'm gonna talk about people's reactions really quickly. Sam Jackson was hugging the shit out of Will. I don't know, people were saying that it seemed like Sam Jackson was saying shit. I wanted to smack that nigga a long time ago. I'm glad you did shit. I don't know, but that shit was funny. Look at this picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Apparently this was from the reaction. They were saying Jay-Z was having flashbacks. I'm sorry, this other picture of Beyonce looked like she's saying, bitch, where is my driver? Where is my driver? Somebody bring the car around. I knew I should not have come to this shit. I knew I shouldn't have. You're lucky I even showed up to this late shit, okay? The internet was also bringing up the fact that Beyonce has sat through so many traumatic experiences when she has taken her ass to these awards shows. I mean, she had to deal with this. She had to deal with this moment. Now she got to deal with this. It was just like, y'all doing this. That's what they were saying. Like, y'all doing this shit in front of Beyonce? In front of the bad bitches? In front of the... Let's walk you through the 4 stages of Lupita's reaction to Will Smith dragging it. This was the first picture. She like, girl, you serious? Oh, wait, he might be serious for real. Oh, girl, let me mind my motherfucking business. It was insane to see. Now, the wide range of white people's reactions was very interesting to me. I'm gonna focus on these types though. I blocked their name out because this shit is really foolishness. Apparently somebody watched the slap and she was like, this really felt like childhood for a lot of us. Someone we love abruptly became violent and then just as abruptly acted like everything was okay, and we were all supposed to act like everything was okay, and this was the birth of our anxiety disorder. The knocked up director said he, meaning Will Smith, could have killed Chris Rock. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind. And a lot of them were talking about, oh, this is the Oscars' ugliest moments. And the Oscars was talking about, oh, girl, we finna snatch back this award that we gave Will Smith. We finna snatch his Oscar back because he's going against the code of conduct and all this shit. You know what was one of the, and I'm so glad that, I'm telling you, they were bringing this shit up online. My timeline was destroyed. But you wanna know what was actually one of the ugliest moments at the Oscars? Look at this tweet. 1973, Native American actor Sachin, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, Sachin Littlefeather was booed, they put in parentheses and here, by Hollywood at the Oscars before being mocked by Clint Eastwood and almost physically assaulted by John Wayne simply for asking that indigenous people not be dehumanized in film. Insiders or whatever, Oscars talking about we may snatch this award, girl. There was talk, rumors saying that, you know, they were thinking about doing that. I'm not sure how committed they are to going through with that shit, but they were talking about that shit. And it's just like Harvey Weinstein walking around here with how many Academy Awards? It's just, I don't know. And then some black people were talking about, oh girl, this is how y'all making us look bad, da 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 da. And it's just like, please give up that mindset. Please give up that mentality. Man, oh, why can't y'all be good in front of masses? Like, girl, that entire industry is it's like a cesspool. It's full of so many abusers. It's just like, what are you talking about? Why are you so, I don't know. I'm not gonna be, oh my God, am I behaving? Like, we could talk about everything around the issue and the topic. I just don't like when, like, some people act like black people are the only kinds of people on the planet who have these kinds of interactions or fight or get violent or whatever. Like, we're witnessing war on an unprecedented scale. Like, we're not gonna sit here and act like, oh my God, black people are the only people. This is y'all acting up again. Are the only people who do shit like this, or like please save it. But I mean, it is still funny to joke about it though, because I just feel like the Oscars gonna be like, all right, put them colors back in the color section. I feel like after this, because they was already struggling with Oscars, so white bitches about to be whiter. Bitch, they said put them colors back in the dungeons. Put them back in the dungeons, bitch. We gave these bitches a microphone, bitch. We let these bitches present awards and shit on our stages. We let these niggas in, bitch. Put them back in the dungeons. They finna hammer that fucking whites only sign right back on that motherfucker. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Another reaction that I really hated was when a lot of people were saying, oh, well, you know, Will Smith bucked up on Chris Rock, or he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, but he didn't do anything to August, and Jada was messing around and all this shit, cheating, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, how many times do Will and Jada have to basically say that, hey, we have an arrangement, it's giving open, it's giving like whatever happens, I already know, we're open and honest with each other about everything. How many times do you have to say, hey, we're open, it's giving poly tease? How many times they gotta say it until y'all get it? What's not clicking? What's not clicking? When Will accepted his award, he used the speech, and he was just extremely emotional, understandably, but like he used the speech to just apologize to his peers, apologize to the Academy, but he was also at the same time like Richard, the guy that I played, like he's a fierce defender of his family, and he was just talking about how Denzel was giving him advice, and he feels like his job is to love and protect. He basically, I mean, he said all of that, understanding what happened, but at the same time, like, it felt like he was saying, I said what I said, and I did what I did, and I'm changing it. Like, that's what it felt like. That's what it felt like in his speech. Like, even though it was emotionally heartfelt, and he was just like, yeah, he's still behind the shit. Also, you can see him getting his life here. At the after party, it don't seem like he that pressed to me. It don't seem like that he that pressed. And this picture, me and Jada got all dressed up to choose chaos. It's just so, girl, this was so eventful. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. I feel like it happened. I understand why it did happen. I'm not saying that it should have happened, but it happened, you know? Like I just get it. And we're talking about, you know, something that Jada has been open about dealing with. It's just, I don't know. And you're touching on it. And on top of that, from what I'm understanding, it seems like a boiling over point. Like, I get it. I mean, it was swift. That shit happened so quick. I was like, what, you know, like, I don't know. I just think it is so, like most other topics on this fucking planet, I feel like it just, you have to look at it from multiple directions. You see? I don't know. What do y'all think? Please let me know what y'all think in the comments. This was wild. The timeline is gonna be, I mean, we're talking about memes for the next generation. We're talking about jokes and memes all throughout the summer. It's gonna be everlasting. It's gonna be everlasting. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you check out my description box for all that stuff that I mentioned and reminded you guys about in the beginning of the video. I love you so much, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
I'ma keep this ass in rotation. Can you keep up with me? Ain't no breaks, no vacation. I got all my niggas trained like a station. Now all my bitches make it clap like ovation. I'ma keep